What's up everyone, and welcome back to Nexus. Prisons are naturally dangerous places. They're filled to the brim with people who have probably committed all sorts of dangerous and dastardly crimes to land themselves there. A byproduct of being in such a dangerous environment is the development of improvised weapons. We all know about shanks, blades made out of whatever inmates can get their hands on. But it turns out that the list of weapons that some prisoners design are much worse than just knives, and some of them can be used with deadly consequences. In this video, we'll be looking at the top 5 most deadly handmade prison weapons. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which was your favorite. And for this video, let's see if we can hit the golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, so make sure to drop a like down below. Number 5. When you think of a matchstick, you probably think of something that could be easily used to light some candles over a romantic dinner. You probably don't think of turning it into a razor-sharp lethal killing machine. Well, that's probably because you're not a prisoner at the Monmouthshire prison in Wales. One prisoner made an array of replica weapons from anime and video games purely out of matchsticks. You're probably thinking that matchsticks aren't the biggest of threats, so they shouldn't have any place on a list of deadly weapons. But the governor of the prison stated that the realism of the replicated weapons posed a genuine threat. They had been sharpened over months of work so that the edges were as razor sharp as they would have been in the games and shows, so they could have been used to threaten both other prisoners and staff members. The guy had made versions of the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII and Squall's Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII. What's actually pretty cool is the workmanship that went into the weapons, because not only were they sharp enough to do some serious damage, they all looked really authentic and well made. The Gunblade even featured a revolving barrel. Either way, the prison guards weren't happy about the knives being in the hands of dangerous criminals, no matter how cool they looked, so they were immediately taken away. Number 4. What do you get if you give 2 prisoners an iron bed, some curtain tape, some match heads, some AA batteries, and a broken light bulb? Well, apparently you get the beginnings of a shotgun. On May 21st in 1984, 2 prisoners in Celle, North Germany designed and built a shotgun out of just those pieces, and then broke some bulletproof glass, took a prison guard hostage, and then escaped the prison by stealing a car. The bedpost acted as the chamber, and the lead from the curtain tape was the projectiles. The AA batteries acted as the explosion, a spark lighting all the match heads and propelling the lead pieces out at a high speed to act in the exact same way a bunch of shotgun shells would. No one died in this incident, but they did manage to escape the prison. So the police were obviously very worried about what the improvised gun could have done if used on a person, especially after they successfully took down a bulletproof window with it. Number 3. 1984 seemed to be the crazy year of prison weapons, because at Darrington Prison in Texas, other inmates were doing crazy things with coffee creamer. According to the warden of the prison, the inmates used to take the powdered coffee creamer and then put it into a rolled up piece of paper. They then blow through a tube of paper with a lighter in front of it, and it works just like a flamethrower. It doesn't seem as difficult to make as the previous items on our list, and to be honest, that just makes it even more deadly. In 1984, these prison guards and other prisoners were all in extreme danger, because at any time an inmate could just grab a piece of paper, some coffee creamer, and then have a literal flamethrower in his hands. It's crazy that the prison didn't end up burning down with the amount of flames that must have been going around. Number 2. This razor whip might not look too scary at first glance, but when you realize what's actually going on, you might start to realize just how dangerous it is. The weapon is loosely based off of a Chinese chain whip and can be just as deadly. The real version of the chain whip is used in modern and traditional wushu, and is made up of several metal rods joined together by flexible chains with a point at the end for slashing the opponent. The prison version, found in the Sant Fu jail in 1996, is basically a wooden stick with a bit of rope, some razors, and a piece of metal on the end. While it's nowhere near as well made as the Chinese chain whip, the razors are still deadly sharp and could cut a person to pieces if it was used correctly. The whip in question was found in the cell of a drug-addicted inmate after he attempted to extort a higher ration of the drug methadone by threatening a female prison guard with a knife. Number 1. It doesn't sound like something that could be used as a weapon, but water can actually be one of the most deadly things in a prisoner's arsenal. Some inmates create improvised water bombs by filling up plastic bags with water. This has the result of making the bags really heavy, and even if it is just water, a heavy thing dropped on you can do some serious damage. To put it into perspective, a grocery bag can hold up to 44 pounds of water, which is almost around 3 bowling balls worth of weight. Imagine that much weight hitting you after being dropped from the very top of the prison. The bag of water would reach 77 miles an hour and hit you with a lot of force. At San Quentin State Prison, this scenario is exactly what happened. A heavy bag of water had been dropped from the 5th tier of cell blocks all the way down onto another inmate. The victim was taken away in an ambulance with serious injuries, and apparently very nearly died. It just goes to show that even the simplest of items can be improvised into deadly weapons in a prison environment. That was our list of the top 5 most deadly handmade prison weapons. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video in the future, and hit the like button too so we can hit the golden like of 1,000. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!